Hello and welcome to the JWO podcast. Today I am joined with a regular person once this lockdown's over.
Alice.
It's Alice. And today we are doing our review of Extreme Rules. Sorry, the horror show at Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Overall, I'd say an alright show.
Yeah, good for time wise.
Good for time, because in the UK, ours starts at midnight. So we got to sleep at 2, which was beautiful. The matches were alright.
Yeah. It had
There was a lot of good matches up
Yeah.
until the finishes.
There were boring points in
Yes,
the show.
but
though.
we will get on to that. So, I say we should start with
The pre-show.
the pre-show. Essentially, just nothing other than Kevin Owens versus Buddy Murphy.
It's
Which
decent
was
match.
it was
Decent
quite
match.
good, and Kevin Owens won despite causing a lot of uproar backstage, making Vince McMahon tell everyone to wear masks and wanting to go back to NXT.
Yeah.
But quite a good match, a very
Yeah.
good match. But
Some
it's
exciting moments.
yeah, honestly, Ellis would like to describe the exciting moments. No, it was just a normal Raw match, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's just a match you'd find on Raw, which, to be fair, considering
Some close calls in it.
there were quite a few close calls. But yeah, so Kevin Owens won, decent match. What would you give it out of 5?
Out of 5, I'd probably give it a 3
Yeah,
and a half.
I'd give
4.
it a 3.
It's just your average.
It's just a normal,
Raw
yeah,
match.
it's a match you'd see on Raw, especially because they've overplayed it. Then the main show started, and it started with the SmackDown Tag Team Title match.
Yes. Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro
Alright.
versus the New Day.
Of the Artist Collective versus the New Day, that is their name, or was with Sami Zayn. But honestly, it's just a normal tag team match.
Yeah, just
It's
throw some tables in there.
yeah, it's just a normal tag team table match.
Yeah.
Other than a bit at the end where Kofi Kingston got power bombed
yeah.
through 2 stacked tables and landed incredibly awkwardly. But other than that, Cesaro and Nakamura won, which is always good.
They are your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Yes. Then, what was it? Nikki Cross versus Bayley. Again, they've had this match over and over on SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's just a normal.
I really wanted Nikki to win it as well.
Yeah.
It'd be
Honestly, they're trying to build up to Sasha Banks Bayley match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but I think it would have worked better if you had Sasha costing the title for Bayley and then Bayley costing the title for Sasha.
That's
I think that
true.
could have been an interesting way to do it.
Yeah. But anyway,
Vince has his weird ways.
and it ended in a DQ, which is lovely.
Yep, Sasha throwing in a brass knuckles sort of thing.
No, so
her
it was
boss.
steel chair, wasn't it?
No, it's her like boss ring thing, and then Bayley just punching Nikki.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I fell asleep because it was like 1 in the morning. Next match,
What would you say out of 5 for that?
2.
I'll give it 3.5. It's basically, apart
It's
from
just-
the ending, it's just a normal women's SmackDown match.
Next up,
Next up,
the eye for an eye match. Was it? Yeah, it was an eye for an eye match.
yeah.
God, it was good.
It
The wrestling.
apart from the ending.
Wh-
The ending where you don't actually get to see his eye coming out, apart from a little glimpse through his.
Yeah, that was stupid. The fact that they went through all that trying to CGI an eye, then finding a fake eye because they didn't like it, just to then not show it off, stupid. And then them explaining that if Rey Mysterio's eye isn't fully popped out, then he can retain his vision.
Yeah.
Oh, and Seth Rollins puking.
Yeah.
Brilliant match up until the ending, where Rey Mysterio was about to pop out Seth Rollins' eye, which we all thought was happening.
Ray delivered a curb stomp.
Yeah, and then Seth Rollins kicked him in the balls.
Kicked him in the balls and ripped his eye out.
Yeah, and then he went to go for a curb stomp, saw Rey Mysterio's eye, and then puked. Anyway, what would you give it out of 5?
4.
Yeah,
It's a good match.
4. Amazing
Apart
match.
from
And then the
bit
ending.
confusing.
What was next?
No, it's Sasha Asuka.
No, it wasn't. It was a US title match.
US title match.
Or should I say,
Just
not,
the crowning of MVP.
because Apollo Crews apparently got injured by Bobby Lashley's full Nelson.
Yeah.
And then MVP just did what he'd done on Raw a couple of weeks ago.
Just crowned himself champion.
So next up,
we have Sasha vs Asuka, I think.
ending. So Asuka spewed her greenness at the referee for then, by accident. So then Bailey came in and clobbered. No. Bailey then came in, took off the ref shirt, put it on,
yes.
and then clobbered
the 3
Asuka
counts.
with a belt, and then counted a 3.
Yes.
And that's how it ended, without us even knowing if it was a legal win or not.
Sasha took the win, but I think on Raw, Stephanie said that
They're having a rematch next. Was Drew and Dolph Ziggler. It's Dolph Ziggler's stipulation. We should get onto this first. Dolph Ziggler was allowed to pick the stipulation.
One stipulation.
He's allowed to pick a stipulation, and Dolph, the greedy little boy, decided to pick 10 of them. He said that Drew McIntyre can't get DQ'd or counted out.
It's an Extreme Rules match only
I
for
thought
him.
that, yeah, it's an Extreme Rules match only for him. Drew can't get counted out or he loses the belt. He can't get DQ'd or he loses the belt. That's 3. It's not 10. But yeah.
Sounded like 10.
Yeah, he went on for like a good minute and a half listing off stipulations. He's like, Dolph, you got 1. Calm down.
Yep.
But anyway, because Dolph is Dolph, he lost. Even though he put Drew McIntyre through a table. But honestly, if we get to keep Drew McIntyre as champion,
it's for the best.
I think it's for the best for all of us. Although, have you heard about Randy Orton?
Yes.
It's apparently the main event of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Drew gets the main event, WrestleMania and SummerSlam.
I really enjoy that match, Randy versus Drew, but I have a feeling they might take it off.
Yeah, Randy will win. Here's what I think.
Randy to make him look strong.
Yeah, here's what Randy will win, and then because Edge is out for like the rest of the year, he'll come back at the Royal Rumble, win that, and then beat Randy at Mania. And
or they could actually build, if they do put the belt on to Randy, they could have the Drew Randy all the way up to WrestleMania next year, and have Edge come back at Royal Rumble, win it if he's fit then, and then have a triple threat for it. I reckon that Randy, Edge and Drew would be interesting triple threat.
Honestly, I don't think that's where they're going. I think they're just going to give the belt to Randy, then Drew maybe moves to SmackDown and beat Braun for it, whatever.
Yeah. And
then it'll be Edge versus Randy. Edge wins back the World Heavyweight title, which he never lost. Haha, good storytelling there. And I say good storytelling, bad timing. Because God hates necks apparently. Then we have a long reign of Edge being champion, which we'll all be happy about. Will we, Ellis?
Yeah, I'll be quite happy about that.
I'll be quite happy. So yeah, Drew won, which we're all fine with because we love you, Drew. Way, Drew McIntyre. Then it was the main.
Quickly, can we speak about? I really wanted that bar fight to be on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's on Friday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that.
I reckon that should have been on Extreme Rules.
It's meant to.
Yeah.
It's honestly meant to, but as well as the Big Show Randy Orton match.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be on it as well.
Yeah. And
bumped it up to 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock in the morning. That's a joke. It's only an hour later than bloody the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But it does start later. No, it'll be at 4 because it's 3 hours, ain't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because it starts at 1 over here.
Yeah, the pre-show's up until 1, ain't it?
Yeah. No, yeah, it is. Next up, is the main event for no title. Braun versus Bray. B&B in a swamp fight match. It was. I watched it today because I honestly fell asleep halfway through. It's so weird. I kind of liked it because it wasn't the Firefly Funhouse match where it was just
John Cena
talking.
getting beaten up.
He wasn't even beaten up. He didn't. Bray didn't do
sort of-
anything until the end,
Yeah. Nothing
other
really
than punching
happened.
him with a chain.
Oh yeah.
And John Cena saying D's nuts. Quite funny, actually. Anyway. So it started off with Braun arriving in his favourite car.
Yep.
Remember the one that Miz and Morrison, hey, ho, ho, destroyed with a golf club. Yeah. That. He turned up in that. Bray Wyatt was in his rocking chair. Then Bray Wyatt disappears. So Braun Strowman does the natural thing and smashes the chair against a tree.
What did the tree say?
The tree. It was like, abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Yeah.
Which was like.
Or don't enter or something like that.
No, it was what I said because I watched it earlier. I don't know what I was on about. Then Braun Strowman goes and fights some masked people.
Yep.
And then gets beat up with a shovel by Braun Strowman in a black sheep mask like he used to be. Okay.
It's confusing.
And then Bray Wyatt kidnaps Braun Strowman and explains how the Fiend locked him in his brain, so that now he's his only chance to get out.
Jake the Snake and Randy Savage moment and get.
Where he gets bitten, and then he suddenly's on up here with Alexa Bliss's sister Abigail.
Yep.
Saying, "Oh, Braun, come on, we want to be together." I'm like, that's not going to end well. Then it got mental because Braun Strowman chokeslammed Bray Wyatt into a boat.
Yep.
Then the boat propelled itself off into a swamp.
And
then propelled itself back with no Bray Wyatt. So then Bray Wyatt just appears behind Braun Strowman. See, this is exactly what's happened.
I'd just like to see a normal Bray Wyatt match this year, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm sort of.
We had one at the Royal Rumble, but that was a strap match, and he got hoofed in the bowels, and that was quite funny. Then Bray drowns Braun Strowman, and then he's like, "Rah, I'm big and hairy and whatnot."
And then there was a crocodile or alligator, one of them.
Yeah, that was a weird flashing up bit. And then Braun gets out of the swamp because Bray Wyatt's disappeared for some reason. And then, my friends, there's some random children with balloon heads. That was very bright at 2 a.m, and I did not care for. And then Braun's like, "Oh, it's over," which the production seemed to thought, in something that I thought was actually quite clever, where they show up the all copyright and reserve sign to make you think that it's finished. But Bray Wyatt comes out, grabs Braun Strowman in a mandible claw, and hoiks him into the swamp, which I want to know how Bray Wyatt suddenly got so strong.
Yeah.
He managed to pick up, 7-foot tall Braun Strowman
And just launch him into the swamp.
Propel him somewhere into another continent, essentially.
Yep.
That's how far he went.
Then it ends with...
No, because then there's the bit after where they're both drowning.
Oh, yes.
And then Braun pops up, he's like, "Braun!" And then he goes again.
Yeah.
And then Bray Wyatt pops up at the end, he's like, "No, I'm being drowned by..." I'm not telling you yet, because then the water turns red somehow. I think Bray got murdered, and then it all bubbles, and then the Fiend's all swampy.
And then you just get a good ending bit with the camera zooming into the Fiend's face.
Which is always lovely, because we love the Fiend. But anyway, what do we give that? We didn't rank Drew McIntyre. What do we rank Drew McIntyre?
Drew McIntyre, I'll give it 4.
Or the Sasha Banks match.
Oh yeah, Sasha Banks.
3, I'd say.
2.
Yeah, we're not very much into women's wrestling. We probably would be, but we're not.
Give them better storylines.
Yeah, and stop just pushing them because they're women. Push them because
they're talented.
Yeah. But anyway,
That that match.
Drew McIntyre, I'd give a 4.
Yeah.
And honestly,
The swamp match I'd give.
maybe give the Swamp match a 4.5.
I'd give it a 4. It was alright.
It was alright. There's
What
some
would you
good
give
bits.
the pay-per-view overall out of 10?
Overall, considering time, there's quite a lot of good matches.
Yeah. Potential to be great matches.
I'd give it a 5.
I'll give it a 6 because.
Wait, are we doing it out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll give it a 9.
Oh, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Actually, no.
Timing was good.
I'd give it a 7, to be fair. There's some alright matches. Mostly, it's like the first half of WrestleMania night 1.